Intro. Many older men often miss the most heartfelt signs that a younger woman truly respects and admires them. It's not about attraction in the usual way. It's deeper. It's about admiration, trust, and emotional connection. Today's story will show how one older man realized the quiet truth too late, and how you can recognize these signs before they disappear. And Scene 1. The Unexpected Friendship. John was 56, a quiet man who worked at a bookstore in a small town. He wasn't rich, he wasn't flashy, but he was kind. The kind of man who listened when people spoke. One day, a younger woman named Sarah started visiting the store often. She was 27, bright, respectful, and always asking John about books, life, and his past. At first, John thought she was just being polite, maybe even bored. He didn't read into it. But Sarah kept coming back, not for books, but for his words, his advice, his calm voice. Scene 2. Small gestures. Big meanings. She would bring him coffee. Not fancy coffee, just how he liked it, plain and warm. She remembered how he took it. She would laugh at his old stories, even the ones he thought were boring. She'd ask him about his late wife, and when he spoke, she listened with real care. One day, Sarah helped him organize an old shelf in the back. It took hours, but she stayed. She didn't rush. She didn't complain. She treated him with quiet respect, the kind he hadn't felt in years. But John? He thought, she's just kind. He didn't see the signs. Scene 3. What older men miss. Here's the truth. When a younger woman respects an older man, it's not always loud. It's soft. It's in her consistency, her time, her presence. It's how she listens, how she remembers the little things you say. It's not flirtation. It's appreciation. Older men often think, why would someone younger respect me? I'm not interesting. I'm not successful like I used to be. But that's where they're wrong. Younger women often admire older men for their wisdom, stability, and calm energy. Things they can't find in people their own age. But because older men doubt themselves, they miss the signs. They brush off the moments. They think they're invisible. Scene 4. The Missed Moment. One evening, Sarah brought him a gift. A first edition of a book he once told her he loved as a child. John was stunned. He didn't even remember telling her about it. But she had remembered. She had searched for it. Still, John said something like, "You shouldn't have. I'm just an old man." Sarah smiled, but her eyes looked sad. She replied, "You're not just anything. You matter more than you think." He didn't know what to say. Scene 5. Time changes things. Months passed. Sarah stopped coming as often. She got busy with work. Then one day, she didn't come at all. John waited. Days turned into weeks. Then he found a letter in the mailbox of the bookstore. It was from Sarah. In the letter, she thanked him for his stories, for his honesty, for being one of the few people who treated her like she was more than just young. She wrote, "I always respected you, John. I admired you. I hope someday you believe that you deserved it." John read the letter 3 times. Then he sat in silence. He finally understood, but it was too late. Scene 6. What you can learn. Not every connection is about romance. Sometimes it's about respect, emotional understanding, safe spaces. And if you're an older man, you might be surprised how many younger people, especially women, quietly admire you, not for your looks, but for your character. The problem is, we often look for loud signs and ignore the quiet ones. A coffee cup, a shared moment, a letter. Closing message. So, if there's a younger woman in your life who seems to always be there, who listens, who remembers your words, and shows up when no one else does. Don't ignore it. Don't assume you don't matter. You do. Respect is one of the deepest forms of connection. And sometimes it hides in plain sight. Be present. Be kind. And most importantly, believe that your value doesn't decrease with age. It increases. Call to action. If this story touched your heart, give it a like, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more stories that connect generations, emotions, and real human experiences.